وَجَعَلْ لِي وَزِيرًا مِنْ أَهْلِي هَارُونَ أَخِي اشْدُدْ بِهِ أَزْرِي وَأَشْرِكْهُ فِي أَمْرِي كَيْ نُسَبِّحَكَ كَثِيرًا وَنَذْكُرَكَ كَثِيرًا إِنَّكَ كُنْتَ بِنَا بَصِيرًا. اللهم علمنا ما ينفعنا وانفعنا بما علمتنا وزدنا علما وارنا الحق حقا وارزقنا اتباعه وارنا الباطل باطلا وارزقنا اجتنابه. لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم. وصل اللهم على محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه وأتباعه وسلم والحمد لله رب العالمين. Amen. Welcome everyone. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. This is a new section. This section always excites me. I don't know whether it will excite you or not. You will see. Because everybody, after believing in God in one way or another, the first subject or matter comes to their mind, including myself. Okay, there is a God. There must be a creator. So what? What shall I do with it? Yeah, there must be a creator. Except, okay, this building is an engineer, architect. Yes, but what shall I do with it? So to connect to God, I was hesitant which kind of title I should use this series of studies, how to connect to God, etc. But I said, let me use the Quranic expression, Ihdina as-sirata al-mustaqim. Please guide us to the right path. So I said, okay, right path is, what is path or something? I said, let me use a simple language, on the road to God. So on the road to God means, how can I connect with him? Very, very simple. It is how can we connect to God, a Quranic method. So especially, of course, we always follow the principle of questioning. So why the Quranic method? Now, we are not taking for granted that we have to follow and imitate Quranic method, but get information from it and accordingly see if I can utilize it or not, or I can agree with it or not. No, how do you say, without baseless belief, I have to make sure that what I am claiming is really, what I am trying to do is really have base for it. It makes sense to me. It is at least rationally acceptable, and it doesn't contradict my human feelings. So that is why how can we connect to God, a Quranic method subtitle, I would like to use it, because we will see that Quranic method is really interesting and makes sense, matches our reality in this world. We know that we should never forget we are created in this world and given the task to make sense of my existence and then use it in the right way that my existence is given to me. It means fulfill the purpose of my existence. So I am here, for example, if you are a student, you are expected to fulfill the responsibilities that a student should take upon himself or herself. So if you are working in a company, you just go there and sit down, and yes, I am an employee in this company, but do nothing. No, you have to do something if you are there. So in this world, you cannot be indifferent or negligence of the requirements of this world. For example, if you want to go downstairs or go upstairs, either you have to walk up the stairs or take an elevator. You cannot say that I want to try to go through the ceiling. No one does this. Why? We are in this world, and the conditions of this world is such that I have to attempt material side of it. Why? Because I am created welcome. I am created within body. I have given my life within body, and my ruh, my spirit, my human side is really, if you like, uploaded into the body of the computer, the program. So yes, even if I have the flash drive in my hand and said that the program is all the programs that this machine works with, it is innate. Can you do anything without the machine? Functioning machine. It means a live body, living body. Living body is needed for the spirit, for the example, simple example, everybody knows it. Programs or applications work with it. That is our reality, right? For example, if I am hungry, I want to say, okay, God is the provider, nourisher, isn't it? So he creates everything. What shall I do? Please, God, nourish me. No, he says, I created within the conditions of this world. You have to do something in connection with the word in order to receive my nourishment, so that you will be satisfied. While you are receiving it through your interaction with material side of this world, we will experience, oh, it perfectly matches more my life. Who arranged this? I am a different creature from the mountains, the clouds, and stars, and the earth and trees, but we are directly connected to each other. There must be a wisdom. Who is doing that? Who is arranging everything? So when I say, there must be somebody who is consciously doing this, I say, this is the one who gave me existence, gave the universe existence, and put us in connection with. Now, we should bear in mind that that is our reality. No one can deny that, as if, I am a spiritual being, so I don't care about my body. But one day hungry, the second day, third day, no, it's not the way. Definitely starts eating. So I'm a spiritual being. I don't need anything else. God sustains my life, the one who created me, so I don't need to breathe. Then God says, okay, I will take the life with you because you didn't use it in the right way. So death follows if you don't breathe for, I don't know how many, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, that's enough to brain cells to die. That is how order is. It is how the universe is created. And what I'm saying, our life, our intelligence capacity, our, excuse me, terribly sorry. Sorry. Our intelligence capacity, our spiritual side, feeling side, our feeling side works with body. This is our reality, and we have to accept this reality and act accordingly. Okay. That is Qur'an's suggestion. Qur'an says, if you want to get in contact with me, if you want to connect me, you have to accept your realities. We will see the verses and how it works and which kind of method, a Quranic method, we can really find out and understand and practice, put into practice. So this is the wisdom of the title. That is my wisdom. So shall we move or any question? But we will go into details this. It has really important aspects of it to be satisfied with this connection with God. How can I do it? Here, everybody says, do you think I can connect with God if I keep fasting every day? Depends on why do you fast? What is the meaning in fasting? What does it mean for you? So the base. But that's what I hear from the culture or tradition, Muslim tradition. I believe if you don't have the base and satisfactory reason, even if you pray 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, this is not the way to connect God, the Creator. Why? Because it is against what God says. That's what we see. All right? Now it is a surprise now. Another directly related but seems to be irrelevant. La ilaha illallah. Main teaching of the Quran is based on what? La ilaha illallah. Everything is based on it. Your prayer is based on it. Your fasting is based on it. I don't know. Your spiritual connection with God is based on, everything is based on it. La ilaha illallah. If we take away La ilaha illallah from the Quran, the rest doesn't make sense. That is what I concluded. Alaykum as-salam. So that's what I concluded. So, La ilaha illallah. So my question is, why does the Quran introduce belief in God with negation? Negation means La ilaha. There is no God. So why does it start with it? Oh God, great. The baby, bring it. No. Okay. That's why La ilaha, as it is simply translated, there is no God. And I would say there is nothing in this world, in this universe, which has divine qualities. What does it mean, divine qualities? Divine qualities means the one who must be perfect, who must be absolute, and who must be the one who created this universe, everything within it. So can you find anything in the universe, a piece of the universe, even all universe, as able to give existence to itself? Now, this cell, DNA, can create everything. No, DNA has to be as it is created. The qualities is given to them because the constituent parts of DNA, it means the material side of DNA, is at the end matter. Matter doesn't have knowledge, doesn't have. So it is created in this way. So we are created with the ability, for example, to see, to hear, to think, and to feel this way or another way. But I cannot say that my feeling is the source of my existence. Well, I am created with the feeling. Whoever gave existence to me must be the one who put this program, which is called in the language of the Quran, ruh, in my body. So ruh is operating through my eyes, through my ear, through my brain, yeah. So through my hand or touching, but operating through using material side of it. So Quran says, La ilaha. Your material side is not the one, even your DNA, the program in the DNA, is not the source of existence of your being. But the one, Allah is introduced in the Quran, Rabbul Alameen. Rabbul Alameen means really the one who creates, takes care of, sustains, and controls the universe. Alameen means universe. So we always say, I can see any creature, any being in the universe who has the quality to give existence to another thing. Even human beings. Can you create anything? So some people say, without realizing, yes, this piece of art is my creation. So this thing, whatever you call it, the chair, is my creation. That's why we keep hearing, it is not your creation. What did you do? Then I did something. There was no chair, but I made a chair. But you made a chair with, let's say, simple wood, nails, or glues. They are already existing. You didn't create the wood. You didn't create the glue. So you didn't create the paint or paint on it. So you didn't create the ability to think that it must be this way, it must be this way. Oh, this chair is going to be used by human beings, so their height is this, so accordingly I should adjust. A conscious choice must be done through your consciousness. And did you create your consciousness? Ask yourself. You found yourself as created with these qualities. So what we do, we don't create anything, but we choose from among the already created objects, already created abilities, right? Already created ability. We are given the freedom to choose this way or another way. It means within this order of the universe, the way the universe is created, the one who created me gave me the option to choose this way or another way, but limited. I cannot say, for example, you can imagine that you are flying on an airplane. So airplane has its own pilot and it is going on its direction, but in the airplane, I go and say salam to my friends or somebody, introduce myself, go to the place, that the bathroom, and I don't know, you want to walk, go to the aisle to walk, and you are free, attitude, but you cannot get out of the airplane. Yeah? You cannot get the universe. Can we get out of the universe? No. Can we get out of our own being? No. We have to utilize whatever we are given. So good so far? Okay. So that is what we have to understand first, that nothing in this universe has the power to give existence to anything. That is why that is what la ilaha means. Nothing has the power to create, to give existence to anything else. That is what la ilaha means. We have to understand this. So if so, for example, no one can have the quality to create. If so, what is this creation going on then? Who gave existence to it? Who is operating on it? Who is continuously changing it? That is a very human question. Who is doing what is going on here? When Qur'an says, which makes sense to me, whoever gave existence to the universe with its own constituent parts, component parts, means everything, atoms, particles, whatever you call them, the stars or whatever, small, big, doesn't matter. They are all interconnected with each other, perfectly arranged. Whoever did it, he must be the one, the only creator. And this creator, we should never forget, I keep saying this phrase, this creator cannot be describable within the conditions of this world. Can you describe the carpenter within the conditions of the chair itself? So like the chair's leg or flat table, can you do that? What you have to do, some other agent than the chair and its component parts must have done it, arranged it. It's perfectly consciously arranged within an order, perfect order. So I say, within the chair, there is no agent that can be responsible for the existence of the chair. Does it make sense? Or you may think that I'm making philosophy. No, it is just normal reasoning, simple reasoning. So nothing, yeah.
So the chair itself is made of wood, glue, nails, but you can't say the furniture maker, the carpenter, is made of wood, nails, and glue, and all the things inside of the chair don't have the ability to make another chair or another chair.
Or another option, in fact, another option, any part cannot have any position to have a decision to make something better. As you said, nail. Nail has a matter, it doesn't have any free will, any quality. So I told her, no, I'm not going here, I'm going this way. I can't say it. I found all of them made. Needs to be chosen and created, made. So chair represents the universe. We are within the universe, within the chair. So how can I describe the maker of the chair, carpenter or designer, whatever, architect of the chair? I say, none of the parts of us here in the universe, in the chair example, can be the creator of the chair altogether, us. No. So there must be a maker. Oh, who's this? There must be a maker. Who is this? But there must be a maker. This is belief. You know, everybody lives with belief in ghaib. Then ghaib means not material, a piece of this universe. If it is piece of the universe, it is not ghaib. I can go and see it. That, for example, somebody may say that there are some galaxies in the universe which is not described, which is not discovered yet, hasn't been discovered yet. Okay, but it is possible that we can make more powerful telescope to see one. For example, in my youth time, they used to teach us in school that there are, a lot of, they didn't mention billions, millions, but maybe thousands of galaxies. Yeah, in each galaxy, there may be millions of stars. Oh, million. Now people talk about billions of stars in in a galaxy, and billions of galaxies still not to the end. It is impossible to get to the end, by the way the universe is created. The physicists know that it is curved. So as you go there, you cannot go straight, you go curved. So you always stay within it. So this is how the creation is wonderful and miraculous, but it is not our subject. What we understand that we cannot expect to go out of the chair and see the carpenter doing it. Oh, the carpenter is there. When I say I believe in God, I don't mean this. No, there's somebody. Don't you see that man? Don't you see that over there? Behind the galaxies, doing it, creating. No, the creation itself is the evidence within me. I am an intelligent being. In this example, I'm a piece of the chair, and looking at there, everyone is like me, needs to be given existence. So I cannot go out of it because my nature is just to be a piece of the chair. So, but I have been given intelligence to reason that there must be something. That is why who created the universe. Now, this verse, La ilaha illallah, is even made it short. We will see this in our further studies in the form of La ilaha illahu, which means there is no God, La ilaha, but he or it, because in Arabic, huwa means he or it, both. So, La ilaha, La ilaha, there is no God but he. What does it mean? You are expected to believe in he as the source of existence, and he himself exists, but in the example of chair, I cannot describe him within the conditions of a piece of the chair, even the whole chair, whole universe. I cannot describe him, but such a being must exist. I am an intelligent being. I am using my ability. I am inevitably concluding that such a being must exist. That's why the Quran describes the beginning of the Quran, after Fatiha, it says, after introducing Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin, praise be to God, who's God, Rabbil Alamin, the one who created, who takes care of the universe. And in other words, follows Alif Lam Mim, ذَلِكَ الْكِتَابُ لَا رَيْبَ فِيهِ هُدًى لِلْمُتَّقِينَ الَّذِينَ يُؤْمِنُونَ بِالْغَيْبِ. So they believe in ghaib. Ghaib means what? That is why, in order to be able to go into La illallah, because La illallah is not describable and imaginable within the conditions of created being. He's the creator. He must be the creator. That is why Illahu, Quran says, Illahu, the one. And Quran itself says, Yu'minuna bil ghaib. Ghaib means not within the universe, not ghaib that I lost. One of the meaning is ghaib, it is not with me. So it means I lost it, or that is why it is ghaib for me. I don't know where it is. Not in this sense. I know such a being might exist, but I cannot describe it. Because I cannot describe with a word which describes something, nothing, not in the universe. Do you understand? Do you follow me? But that's not in the universe, not in the universe. That's why Quran uses that. We will come to this point. Look at the universe. You can make sure that the creator of the universe is introducing himself to you through his acts. For example, now go back to the chair example. Chair is representative of a universe now for us. Make it simple. Now, how do you know that this chair needs to be created or made in this example? Yeah, I look at the chair. I am a part of the chair and see none of us in the chair has the quality to be able to make the whole chair with all its parts. No, there must be a one. So without saying that, nothing, that is what the key point for this slide, without acknowledging that there is nothing in the universe or in the chair can be the creator of the chair, but the chair exists. Here we are, we exist, don't we? Without saying La ilaha, without acknowledging any part of the chair, any part of the universe, this is the example, also it is just an analogy, any part of the universe can be the creator of this chair with its all parts. Then you say, if there is no creator within the universe, so how can I explain the existence of the universe? Then the second stage starts. If you don't start with La ilaha, there is nothing in the universe who has the ability to create, you cannot go illallah. But there are many people. I go to churches, I go to mosques, synagogues, whatever, or temples, whatever, the worship place. They don't know this. They say, I believe in God. There must be a creator. That's it. That's their conclusion. It means they jump into illallah without going the process of La ilaha. Now, is it really wrong? They don't really, or don't they really believe in God? Yes, they believe in God, but they don't know rationally, satisfactory way to make your confidence in your conclusion that I believe in God, although I don't see it, I don't have to see it, and I believe in God that if I say this is God, it means it is not God. That is negation. Whatever you point within the universe, that it has a quality of creatorship, then it is not God. So it is also in the tradition that we hear from hadith narrations. That's a very beautiful narration. We know that Abu Bakr was a very quiet companion of the Prophet, very quiet, doesn't like to speak, but live. He says, and also he didn't live longer. He was very busy after the death of the Prophet. He was the caliphate and take care of the problems of just getting the wisdom community together and establishing the strong ties between the tribes. It was a big business that time, and Abu Bakr was, alhamdulillah, so successful, so preserved the Medina administration and its allies, tying up with each other, being together, not dispersed, everybody goes this way. No, united. So that is what, alhamdulillah, how we received this message, because it was a healthy establishment of the Muslim community so that they could transfer the message of the Quran to us, alhamdulillah. So he was busy. He wasn't really he didn't have time to speak to people, narrate how he experienced with the Prophet. That's why we hear very rare narration from Abu Bakr, but one of them, it's amazing. That's enough. What he says. I put it in the try to translate the language of Arabic language. The describability, incomprehensibility of the essence of God is the essence of God. Oh, you understand this? So this is something in the mathematical equation that needs to be solved. Look, when you say God cannot be describable within the conditions of the world, automatically what you did? You described God. Do you understand this? Or shall I repeat it? Or let's think about it. Now, undescribable or indescribability indescribability of God is the description of God. I think it is easier. Yeah, it looks like an complicated sentence. No. Think about it, because you may have lots of many scholars and public speakers talk about God, but this transition, the fundamental, if you like, principle or of the Quran. What was the word I'm looking for? Okay, didn't come. The principle of the Quran, equation of the Quran, like this: La ilaha, therefore illallah. There is no God in the universe who has the quality to create, divine quality. That is why I believe in God. There must be such a being that who created the universe. Yeah. Then here is therefore. La ilaha, therefore illahu. And the Quran says that is belief. I will come to you. That is belief, which means yu'minuna bil ghaib. We don't believe in ghaib as something present here, somewhere there, behind this building or behind the galaxies. No. If someone says, this is very tradition, very widely applied tradition in the Muslim world. If you say God is there, God is not there. If you say God is going to do something, no, not going to do something. You cannot speak about the creator within the conditions of time and space of this universe. Because if you describe it within the concepts of this universe, it is not God. That is what Abu Bakr is emphasizing on it. So in order to believe in God, you have to negate that nothing can be like him. Yeah? The Qur'an, ليس كمثله شيء. There are quite a number of verses explicitly emphasizes on this matter. You cannot describe God, but, or another phrase, I make up this, indescribability, incomprehensibility of the essence of God doesn't mean I cannot believe in his existence of his essence. It means in the language of this Arabic language, that essence of God, real existence of God. But I cannot comprehend, I cannot describe it within the conditions of this universe. It doesn't mean that I cannot really believe or conclude that there must be a maker. For example, I cannot describe the carpenter within the conditions of the chair. It doesn't mean that I cannot conclude as a human being the chair needs a creator, needs a maker. So on the contrary, if I say that the creator of the chair cannot be of the same nature of the chair, it means I am describing the carpenter, right? Okay, now your turn.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Okay.
Different example.
Yeah.
So like the chair, like you said, la ilaha, there is no carpenter in the chair.
Within the chair.
Therefore, the carpenter has to be somewhere outside of the chair.
Yeah, just conclusion. So if a piece of the chair describes the carpenter, he or she will describe as a part of the chair with the attributes of the chair. And carpenter cannot be like the attribute of the chair. So we should understand this. That is why you intelligent people, educated, and you know how to reason, these people, you cannot take the example of anyone who has not thought about why he is a Muslim, he is a believer. Oh no, I was born into a Muslim family. I raised as a Muslim child, so I am a Muslim. And it makes sense, this universe is wonderful, must have a creator. Correct. We don't say that they don't believe. No, they believe, but you are getting the education of this secular way of explaining it. I'll come. Explaining how the things are happening within the universe, accidentally, randomly, naturally. What does it mean? I don't know. I keep always saying that. Please define what nature is to me. Nature, what is nature? Or the things, or the things, not the things, not the nature. We are saying the things are coming into existence naturally. What is this nature? No, if it is within the universe, it needs to be like the tree created. If it is not within the universe, what are you talking about? So are you talking about some, I know one scholar is a very great deep thinker, says, they don't know without realizing, instead of saying the religious language, God, I didn't forget you, don't worry. You didn't say God, it means, if I say God, it means religion is true, it means the prophetic message is true, it means I have to prescribe to a religion, it means I have to do something, it means I have to worship God, it means I have to not declare my independence and I can do anything I want. No, I have to obey my creator's will. So they know that I cannot be proud of my work if I say God. No, the consequence is obvious. So I am doing this, I am a great scholar, or I am a great scientist, whatever they say for themselves. So they cannot be proud of it. For example, a believer scientist will say, my creator has given me the capacity to discover what he has created, how he is creating. And this is what I am thankful to the creator who enabled me to discover how the universe is working, how God is operating. So I can get to know God much better, and I understand that my existence belongs to him as well. I am thankful to him. So if someone says, applauds and said, no, say, thank you, God, giving the ability to this man to discover this, or the wonderful discovery, which really discloses the qualities of its maker. Wonderful creation. Everybody loves to watch documentary films. Wonderful things are created. I didn't know this. Oh, I like this. It's amazing. Why? The creation is amazing. So the scientist finds out this even in the formula. In the form of formula, the universe has these principles of creation. What a wonderful principles. Formula perfectly works. Equation is perfectly works. So, la ilaha equals, but with an arrow, therefore, illallah. This is what I mean. So we got this point now. Please go ahead.
I wanted to say that I don't think that we can rationalize.
You can imagine?
We can't rationalize, like for me, it's not a rational thing.
Why?
Believe in God, it cannot be rationalized.
Why? So what can it be then?
Because a lot of brilliant minds throughout history who would say everything in the universe is just random. So I mean, the chair, the name, the glue, the wood, it was randomly there.
Randomly?
I feel like it's something that you need to. It's not a feeling. It's like an abstract thing, but it's not really like rational. And also the verse from Al-Baqarah. إن الذين كفروا سواء عليهم أنذرتهم أم لم تنذرهم لا يؤمنون ختم الله على قلوبهم وعلى سمعهم وعلى أبصارهم غشاوة. Like for me, this means that it's like God didn't put this abstract thing in their hearts so that they can find their ways or their path to God. If it was a rational thing that everybody would like a sound mind, would just believe in that.
Yeah. So if somebody doesn't want to quit smoking or drug, rationally you can convince him, but he wouldn't. He has a choice. So these verses say, those people have chosen, the verses you refer to, has chosen the way to deny kafaru. But kafaru is the precondition. If someone has chosen kafaru to deny, this person ends up with closing his heart, his mind, to confirm God. We choose, God creates. This is the principle. We choose, for example, I choose this way, the result, in the second moment, it is created. I am not creator. I am not the creator of next moment, but I am choosing from the options that the creator has given me to choose among the already existing elements. So if someone, even the most illiterate person, when he says, I believe in God, he starts with reasoning of negation. La ilaha. Come on, this beautiful word cannot happen by salah. You see that? La ilaha. This is reasoning. But his reasoning is very simple, but consistent. Yes, nothing can be. Nothing can be its own creator. So if we present the case like this, it is not rational, and why is it there? What is it there? God puts it. Okay, God didn't put belief in my heart. This is not the responsibility. I am not responsible for it. No, these verses, should should be deeply studied, not only literal meaning. No. Qur'an needs to be taken seriously. Just a minute, somebody is saying something in the, now someone says, question, so is it possible to say that science will never find evidence for God's existence within universe? Now, we are on Zoom as well for another channel. So apart from NYU is there recorded, and they have some friends joining here. Now, you are right, Shohaib, or whatever your name is. I'm sorry for mispronouncing it. Within the universe is important. Do you see this? You can read it. Yeah. Now, within the universe, this phrase is essential. Now, is it possible to say that science will never find evidence evidence for God's existence? No, this sentence is problematic. I'm sorry. So we can see the evidence, not the essence of God. Evidence, everything we will study deeply about this, everything just really represents or contains in its existence the maker's qualities. So within the universe, we see evidence of the creator, qualities of the creator manifested in it. Yep, for example, when you read a book, you see the evidence for the knowledge of the author, although you don't know who is author. Maybe he died centuries ago, but you can even say, but this is just another subject, but I will give you a small clue for it. You read the book, you love the information you learned there from the book, and you say, I love this author. Well, how can you love an author? He died 200 years ago. No, I'm not saying his personality. I am saying his quality manifested in the universe, in the book. Do you understand the difference? So when I said, I love God. No, how can you love God? You know, he is a completely different being. You know, as if we think that love is something to do with boys and girls. No, it is not. I love God as he manifests his qualities in his work and introduces himself to me, and I see that this work is his act, so I love it. So I love what he has presented to you, right? What he has introduced to you. So I love God. I don't have any object in my mind when you say I love God. When you say I believe in God, do you have any object in your mind? When you pray, for example, do you pray and bow down or prostrate before an object? Before an object? No. But we cannot find anything within the universe which is the creator, God. I think it is clear. But we have to, I'm speaking, if I was giving a khutbah, I would never speak in this way. My audience will be surprised and say, oh, you are reducing belief in rationality. Belief is a matter of heart. Yeah, it is a matter of heart. But if the reason is not satisfied, heart cannot get it. Because heart only gets, for example, if you don't see a beautiful garden, don't see it. And say, it is beautiful. I love the beauty. So can you say, I love this garden? But you have to understand that, observe it, see it, experience it, and compare it with another garden. This is more beautiful, it's even more beautiful. And then I love this garden. I love this garden or orchard, whatever. So you go to the store and say that, shall I buy this blues or let's say shirt, simple. Shall I buy this shoes or this shoes, this shoes? What do? You are using your reasoning. Oh, but this shoes is beautiful. It is, oh, it is $500. No, it's too expensive. Reason. But behind it, your taste, your loving, your senses are working together. The reason decides, but senses approves it or not. That is why belief, even it is not our subject, but since you are interested in it, so we have to talk and take it seriously. Thank you opening up this subject. We reason there must be a creator. And you say, okay, if there is a creator, your feelings say, do you love it? Huh? I mean, I'm using the analogy, shall I buy it? Shall I buy this idea? So, hey, you see, if I don't accept that there is no creator, that there is a creator, who am I then? Am I just an accidental being? Would you like to be a creature which has no honor at all? So you see yourself as a developed worm. And if someone says, you are a nasty person, you say, what? But you are a developed worm. Why do you say that I have an honor? What is honor? What are you talking about? So if an atheist speaks and a believer insults him in a way that legally countable, do you think this atheist will say, I am not a significant being. I have no significance at all. I don't care. No, because I'm going to die and finish it. No, they will go and ask for millions of dollars for your honor to compensate. Now, but you are an honorable being, although you claimed it, you randomly happened to be here. No meaning, and you are going to die and finish, you will be a compost. So you are nothing worth a compost because your existence, equation of existence, I have this and this and this and this, plus this, minus this, equals to compost. I don't want to accept that. Because look, rational conclusion is confirmed by feelings. It means yaqeen. Belief is yaqeen. It means your heart is fully convinced that, yeah, I am a meaningful being now. I am made, created by a being who consciously, deliberately, arranged, perfectly created me, gave me the ability to recognize him. What a blessed existence, blessed life I have. No, the baby is not showing that she's here. Okay, so good. I don't mind even she cries. I don't know, our friends. No, of course, we all were once upon a time babies. So we understand that. So this question is, why does the Quran introduces belief in God with negation? Negation. In order to negate, your mind must work and your feelings must support. No one in the world lives without believing in ghaib. Why? Everything. Next moment is ghaib. Tomorrow is ghaib. But we arrange our life for tomorrow. But we didn't experience it, and we cannot prove that tomorrow exists. No. And also, whatever happens to us, we say, who made it? What is the reason for it? Looking for the cause of the result. So we are always, even the most notorious atheist, if you let's say, steal his briefcase while he's speaking on the TV and waiting for an honorarium of something $1,000, you steal the briefcase. What does he do? Goes to the calls 911 and say, somebody has taken my briefcase. It was here. When I was busy, engaged with the speech, it disappeared. It cannot happen by itself. Be careful. Randomly disappeared. Who believes that? Even the atheist. Can you say this? Randomly disappeared. He calls 111. Police came. What happened, sir? What is the problem? Somebody must have taken my briefcase. It was here. So report or look for it. Search people. But the police is a person who makes in a sarcastic way, sir, you were saying the universe came into existence, human beings came into existence, random happenings, with no agent, yes, outside of it. So are you sure it has been taken away with an agent? Have you seen it? Have you taken it to the lab and investigated and found out? You believe in ghaib, sir, because you haven't seen the agent. You haven't experienced the agent, but you see the result. That is what we are going to study. You see the result that briefcase has disappeared. And this cannot happen accidentally because briefcase has no consciousness, no choice, no knowledge, no power. Then I'm going to go away now. So some agent must have taken it. But this agent is not in the briefcase, not in my being, but an external being, external to the event. Did you get it? External to the event, this briefcase. And the policeman says, okay, you are a believer in ghaib. There is an external agent, but not internal, external agent. Conscious being deliberately used his free choice to steal it. Otherwise, matter itself cannot disappear by itself. It has no free will, no consciousness, no power. It is there as it is. For example, here is the mic. Okay, Brother Khalid, we thank for him for his service. He put the mic here. Okay, put the mic here. All right, and do you think Mike says, "Oh, I have been here for 2 months, 3 months. I have to go this way," or only an external agent? For example, if it is knocked down, maybe an earthquake happened, external agent, earthquake. Or somebody has taken it and the police caught him, the guard called him, this belongs to NYU, that you are taking NYU's property, and caught it. So the police, this guard says, or the guardian, or do you call them guard? Yeah, maybe. Yeah. So security guard. Yeah. Security guard says, you must have taken it deliberately, not accidentally. It fell into your briefcase. You understand? It is impossible, not accidentally. So it is taken consciously, and they charge for his stealing, his crime, if you like. It's not a crime, but his wrong action. So this is deliberately done. This is deliberately done. So the universe, everything is not accidentally fallen down, unconsciously or without any purpose fallen down. Everything in the universe happens consciously by a conscious agent, creating it for a purpose. wisely, fitting within the conditions of the universe. Nothing accidentally happens in the universe. Everything happens within the conditions of the order of the universe, which is, you cannot say that this order happened accidentally. Accident cannot result in perfection. Accident cannot result in perfection. We have to understand this. This is human logic. Yeah, not human senses. No. My logic says accident cannot result in perfection. And it is the Quran says, go back now. أفلا يعقلون أفلا يتدبرون أفلا يتفكرون. There are many ayat said, use your brain, use your brain. And in one sense, the Quran says, وَلَهُمْ قُلُوبٌ قُلُوبٌ. قُلُوب, the qalb, heart. قُلُوب, the plural form of heart. It means hearts. Heart in the Quran, Quranic language represents human feelings, human spirit. وَلَهُمْ قُلُوبٌ, very strange. يَعْقِلُونَ بِهَا. Have you noticed this verse? No. We created for them, it was that they are given feelings, heart, which يعقل, reason. Have you heard this verse? Sorry? Yeah. So, because you seem to be from Egypt, huh? Am I right? Egyptian? Are you or Moroccan? Now, native Arabic speakers. So, native Arabic speakers listen to the Quran as if the American people listen to music. So that is their music. So they are familiar always. They are always familiar with every kind of verses. And at the end, they memorize the verses. But of course, it needs a deep study, serious study. We understand that. So the Quran says feelings, human feelings, must accompany with reasoning. So you go then reason, you understand that everything is perfectly arranged and accident cannot turn into perfection by itself. And the feeling said, yeah, of course, I can put my furniture in the room and wait there. It will accidentally be arranged perfectly as I like, according to my feelings. In the course of 1 billion years, not 1 billion years, 100 billion years, you will get nothing. Only confusion, more confusion, more confusion. Because even the things, storm happens. No, ask a mathematician, which I did. If we really follow it, how it is happening perfectly with its all conditions, as the weather broadcasting says, it will rain in an hour. Well, how do they know that? Are they talking about hype? No, science. Because they know everything happens within a perfect order. Yeah? As the Quran says, وَلَن تَجِدَ لِسُنَّةِ اللَّهِ تَبْدِيلًا. Since somebody challenged me with an ayah, I would say, I know lots of ayahs. So you can never, ever find any change in the way God creates, which is in the order of the universe. The way God created this universe, God promises that he's not going to change the order. So if you want to drink water, simple example, in the house, let's say drinking water from faucet, you don't go to the electric switch. You go to the faucet. But you say, one day I went to the faucet and when I turned it, the lights came on. Never happens. When I put the switch on, water starts running. Never happens. Never ever. Because it is within the order, it is against the order of the universe. So we understand that this order of the universe perfectly arranged. Now, inshallah, this is the fundamental understanding or base of our further studies. There are lots of verses we will study, but this is the core of it. Inshallah, look. Oops. Now, very interesting verse, not today, today's time is over, but the malakut aspect of the universe, what does it mean? Malakut. This is the Quranic word. Now we are going to study malakut, the one word of the Quran. Repeated, I think 4 times in the Quran. I think so. So we will study these verses and within the context of the verse, but bearing in mind the purposes of the Quran, what the Quran teaches us. Quran doesn't teach me how to make the computer because I can learn from the universe. Quran, the universe or God teaches me how to work, how to make the computer through his actions in the universe. You go to the lab, you do this, doesn't work. Ah, this is not within the universe. So I have to, within the order of the universe, I have to find what works within the order of the universe. Those people say what? I made the computer. No, you didn't make the computer. You found it. You discovered it. Why? You went to the lab and lots of rational investigations within the order of the universe. You found out which way is allowed for you to do what and what the result will be. Yeah. So this is what we are going to, inshallah, we are going to stop. So what we are going to use now, everything that people do is taken from the order of the universe. That is why we know what to do. Eh? That is why we expect what will happen tomorrow. Although the existence is not guaranteed because in the hand of the creator, but order is guaranteed. So whoever, for example, studies or investigates and finds out how order is working can make the computer. But if I pray 24 hours to Allah and say that, please, please show me how the universe works. So how can I make the computer, sorry? Allah says, I gave you rationality, I gave you ability to investigate, and I presented to you a never-ending, changing order. Go and find out, this is my work. I will teach you when you find out what are you going to do when you find out that the universe has this order that I can make the computer. You have to say, in my book, this is what God's blessing for me. Not the scientist's blessing for me, but we will work on it. Scientists try to find out what God enabled us to do. So his try is paid. Okay, take 1,000, give me the computer. But still, I am receiving God's favor, God's blessing. Why? He created the universe in such a way that to make a computer is available, possible. There's a way. So they are trying to do, investigating more and more and more what the order of the universe allows me to do better computer with better capacities. So inshallah, we should understand how to communicate with the universe. So in order to make our heart feel comfortable, as the Quran gives the example of Ibrahim. Don't you believe? Yeah, but liyatma'inna qalbi, show it to me. Liyatma'inna qalbi. Yeah, I believe, I know that there must be a creator. But in order to satisfy my feelings, I want to experience it. That's why I say God's knowledge, God's favor, blessing is endless. You see, out of some matter, I am able to make computer by using the order. I saw it. لِيَطْمَئِنَّ قَلْبِي. Yeah, really, in the case of Abraham is resurrection. Yeah, God's knowledge is infinite. God's blessing is infinite. I'm sure. That is what Iman settles out in the heart, but without reason presents its conclusion to heart doesn't work by itself. So liyatma'inna qalbi is very important. The other verse again, وَلَهُمْ قُلُوبٌ يَعْقِلُونَ بِهَا, this combination, because no one in the world really acts, does anything with this combination of feelings and rationality. Feelings and rationality together. I have a phrase, this is the last. Be patient with me. Inshallah, this is the last. So I have a phrase. Human beings is a whole, perfect whole, cannot be divided. So whatever we do with our body, we do with our brain, we do with our feelings, combined together, working in harmony. You cannot separate it. You cannot say belief is the matter of heart. Neither can you say belief is the matter of mind only. No, together. That's what we learn from the Quran. Inshallah, this word, the very, very mysterious word in the Quran, used in various verses that I am just listed here ready. Inshallah, I worked on it. So next week, we will study what is this magical word, or actually the miraculous word in the Quran. We will study one word within the context of different verses of the Quran, ayat of the Quran. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Subhanaka la ilma lana illa ma 'allamtana innaka antal alimul hakim. Wa akhiru da'wahum anil hamdulillahi rabbil alamin. بحرمة سر سورة الفاتحة. Thank you, my friends, joining. Alhamdulillah, I'm very pleased to see you here. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. في